So we all know the Coen brothers, Coen, especially with this different styles of posters that they have, very specifically for Fargo, one that's no that they do know even had its own dang TV show. In this film, nominated for 7 Oscars, things go terribly awry when small-time Minnesota car salesman Jerry Lundegaard, William H. Macy, hires two thugs, Steve Buscemi and Peter Stolmeyer, to kidnap his wife so he can collect the ransom from his wealthy father-in-law. Once people start dying, the very chipper and very pregnant police chief Marge, Frances McDormand, takes the case. Well, she stopped at nothing till she gets her man. Yeah, you betcha. The amount of Canadian accents are very extreme Minnesotan accents in this is truly legendary. But that doesn't stop this from being a freaking amazing movie. It's like this man who's trying to get all the money and everything. It's just all about seeing these terrible people get what they deserve in the best way possible. I mean, William Macy, who just portrays the car dealership executive sales manager so well. I mean, it's like, he's thinking that he's a great guy, but then with the rapid fire delivery and trying to keep everything balanced when he's got something going on, I mean, he pulls it off so well. I mean, he looks like Ray Combs' brother, the Family Feud host, and I'm like, I don't know, he just plays it so well. It's like even though he's a car salesman, he's even beyond what a used car salesman is, in used cars. I mean, just that thing happening. I'm just like, God dang. So all the meanwhile, the tale slowly starts to unravel over the 97 minutes that this movie goes on. And, I was laughing my butt off because this movie has a very dark sense of humor. It's like, obviously, he's trying to get everything figured out with his wife and trying to talk to people, saying, yes, I'll make sure that I'll send the faxes over tomorrow. In the meanwhile, the poor guy, the guy on the other end is like, no, I want them now. It's like, I need the provenance and all that other stuff. I'm like, and it's like, you could tell he's trying to keep it all together and try and obtain the money. But in the beginning, when he sends over $40,000 and whatever it was, like a very rather beautiful car, And I'm like, okay, so he's in Fargo, North Dakota, yes. But of course, the other performances from Frances McDormand, obviously in Blood Simple she was doing a good job, but here she seems to add more to the case. Because at first, I thought she seems that she's dim-witted, but she's actually very smart. Trying to put all the pieces together, the information saying, hey, it's like, whatever, wait, what was his name? Well, Mr. Lundegaard, I can have you put away for a long time. It's the accent that gives her that she's kind of, like I said, dim-witted, but going through everything, saying hey, I'm the, she's trying to take this homicide case really seriously. As she does, I'm like, wow, I am glad that she's married to one of the Coen brothers and that she's able to put in a more pronounced role. With the dialogue, I mean, the dialogue here is very, very sharp. I'm like, this is some good stuff right here. So, all the meanwhile, it's all the terrible people whose plans are slowly falling apart. And, we get the wife, and it's unfortunate and all this, and the father-in-law, they just trying to just live good lives, which is the sad part. But of course, probably, in addition to all these characters right here, Steve Buscemi and Peter Stormare play the intimidating, people. It's like, Buscemi is the more quiet one, and then, Peter Stormare is the more active, because he's one getting his jollies on. Two, he is trying to get some more money from Jerry, and three, trying to get all the dots together. Meanwhile, Steve is actually more the ruthless, cold-blooded one. because he takes down a cop, and then as he notices there were two witnesses going by, he actually chases them, and because they slipped on some black guys, manages to find them, and I'm just like, yeah, he's not exactly loquacious, but he's dangerous. I'm like, jeez, oh, Pete, you don't want to mess with these two. But yeah, obviously it's they are portrayed to be kind of bumbling fools, and he says this stupid call on the TV an S word box. And on one hand, I'm like, you can't make this stuff up. And at the end, it's like when you're going to try and give him some money, or when Jerry is going to like get the climax, going to give money quote to quote rescue his wife, the father-in-law agrees to do it instead. I'm like, okay, so he gets eliminated. The father unfortunately gets eliminated. Now meanwhile, Peter gets like this, and he says, and he goes back, how the F are we going to split a car with an effing chainsaw? Which was freaking hilarious. At the end, his body gets sent to a wood chipper. I don't know. It was just, this movie is just so darkly funny. It's just like, these people the bad people get what they deserve, which is good. We get a car salesman that's puts other used car salesmen to shame. But it's the characters here, it's the writing, it's the music that sets the tone for this town in Fargo, home of and also a nearby city of home Paul Bunyan or whatever it was, supposedly. Yeah, because the actual cities themselves didn't have much snow that was going on. They had to like film nearby in cities that had actual snow and use like, what was that, 30,000 gallons of fake snow. I could be wrong. So it was just very interesting to see. I was just laughing the entire time. So yeah, obviously this movie is violent. There's blood. There's a body in a wood chipper. There's ruthlessness from Steve Buscemi. He always plays good characters in this one. Yeah, with Fargo, the only thing I would do, stretch it longer. I wanted to see more. I know this is a TV show I'm going to watch, but yeah, 100% recommend this movie.